Hello, my friends. My name is Sherry Sutton. I am your marketing mentor and the founder of the DD Marketing Collective. So, do you feel like completely overwhelmed when you have to sit down and write some sort of content, right? Whether it's an email or a postcard or a post on social media? I totally get it. Writing does not come naturally to me. It's something that I've had to spend a lot of time working on. So, I've gone through and dissected what some of the best posts do to make it super easy for you to be able to create your own content. It's a very specific 4.4 part formula. Excuse me, need another cup of coffee, apparently. Great 4-part formula for how to write really great posts that sell. So let's dive in. I'm going to pull up my presentation. All right. So I called the Irresistible Content Formula. So it all starts with a strategy. And I don't like the way that they made my slides look, but that's okay. It's going to be all right. All right. It all starts with a strategy. So you don't want to post until you have a strategy, because otherwise you don't really know who you're talking to, what their needs are, what's going on with them. So you really want to start with a strategy. So you know, again, who you're talking to, what you're talking about, why they should care, and what places they hang out in. Because if you're, let's say you're doing social media, but your audience doesn't hang out on social media, it doesn't really matter, right? So you don't want to do that. I've got a great program. It's called Marketing Made Simple. And that's exactly what we do. We put together all of those things for you so that you are completely ready to start building content wherever that content might be, right? You might be doing emails, you might be posting. So if you don't have a marketing strategy, I highly recommend you reach out to me to get that going. So assuming you have a strategy and you know all of those things, right? Who your clients are, what their needs are, then we can move forward into the Irresistible Content Formula. So this is the 4-part formula for how to write a post. So if you look at any of my posts, it generally has these 4 points in it. And if you see these out there, it's probably because somebody else has taken this training. So there are 4 different ones. It starts with stating your customer's problem. The second is showing empathy. The third is how you advise them to solve the problem. And the fourth is an invitation to engage. So we're going to go through each of these in detail. So first, stating the customer's problem. As a business, your number one goal in life is to solve people's problems with your products. If your products don't solve problems, then you need to reanalyze your products, right? They should be solving some sort of a problem. And the best marketing takes people from where they are now to where they want to be using your product. So make sure that as you're thinking about these things, you're thinking about, how am I being of service to my client? Where are they now? What are they struggling with? And how can I take them to a place that's going to be better for them? So how to pick a customer problem. There's lots of ways to do this. We've got a bunch of different courses online. So if you go to, actually this has changed because I just rebranded, but it's dd.marketing. And you click on free classes. There's a free class and it's called Know Your Clients, Know Your Customers, Boost Your Business, something like that. And it's a great workbook and it'll help you to sort of start thinking about what your customer challenges are. If you can't find it, give me a direct message. I'll send you a link to it. But again, dd.marketing, click on free classes. And then it's under there. It's called Know Your Customers, Boost Your Sales. And that will really, really help you to know exactly what problems you want to be focusing on. But everybody has challenges, right? And your product line should be solving those challenges. So make sure you've got a list of challenges that you want to identify. The other thing that you can do is just listen to your customers, right? Go back, think over the last couple of days of things that your customers or your prospects have been telling you their challenges are. Those are perfect fodder for writing your posts. So our second part is to show empathy. There's a couple different ways that you can do this. So one is to share a personal experience. So you can say something like, I get it. When I was starting my business, I felt the same way. The second way that you can show empathy is to share industry data, right? Let people know that they're not alone. Let people know that other people feel this way. So you could say something like, you're not alone. Research from the Institute of blah, 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 blah shows that 50% of the population has the same challenge, right? That's a great way to do it. The other is to share a professional experience. So you could say something like, it's more common than you think. As a coach, I hear this from my clients all the time. So these are multiple ways to show empathy. So first, you're going to say what your customer's challenge is. Then you're going to show empathy. And third, you're going to show them how to advise, or you're going to tell them how you advise them to solve this problem. And again, remember, the best marketing takes people from where they are now to where they want to be. And this is where you're going to tap into the actual steps that people need to take in order to fix their challenge. Not all of your marketing should be just sales, right? I mean, it's all about selling, but you want to be of service. You want to give them some ideas of advice and then ask them to invite them to work with you later. We'll talk about that in a minute. So giving them advice, giving them easy to follow advice on what to do or what to think next. I'm doing that right now, right? I'm out here, I'm talking to you about your challenges, which is how to write really good content because you feel overwhelmed when you have to do it. And now I'm giving you advice on exactly how to do that. This presentation is built from this same exact formula. So I like to keep it to 3 points, maybe 5 if I have extra time. 3 is a really good number. So, 3 ways to boost your weight loss, 3 ways to, dress for a date night out, whatever it is that your clients are going to need. And we're going to go through some examples here in a few minutes. The answer can't just be right? You're screwed unless you call me, right? That can't be the only answer. Try to give them some tips, right, of things that they can do. Trying to think of another good example, but things like how to, if your teeth hurt, what can you do? Or you can use some of that numbing cream, right? That's a great advice topic, but they probably need to get to a dentist, right? So that's where you might ask them to engage, which is our next step. But don't just say, hey, you're screwed unless you call me. That's it. Try to give them some advice that they can use right now, implement right now to make them start feeling better and to take them from where they are now to where they want to be. Be genuine, helpful, supportive. The best businesses are of service to other people. So you want to be approaching any of your marketing and really any interactions with your clients, whether it's marketing, sales, or actually working with a client once they become a client. It always wants to come from a place of service. And this is one of the best ways to build trust and authority is by offering people advice. So the fourth part, we want to invite people to engage. And again, I apologize that these slides are all messed up. They look great in PowerPoint, but apparently it didn't translate into my software very well, but you get the idea. So number 4 is invite to engage. So this is what you hear in other marketing classes as your call to action. I like calling it an invitation to engage because especially on social media, it's all about two-way communication. So we want it to be something where we're asking them to do something, comment below, those types of things. So it's not just a call to action where we're telling them to do something, but we're inviting them to be part of this. We're inviting them to two-way conversation. We're inviting them to, whatever it might be. It just depends on what the topic of your post is. So you want to be clear and specific. You want only one choice. Not all the content should be about buying something. I generally recommend that about 30% of your posts be advice and engagement only. So what I mean by that is doing a presentation like this today where I'm like, hey, here's your challenge. Here's how you solve it. Give me some advice on what you guys think, right? Give me, what's your favorite way to blah, blah, blah. So we're inviting people to engage and to talk, but we're not saying, hey, go buy from me now, right? Again, it's a way to build authority. It's a way to build trust. It's a way to build a relationship, which social media platforms love and the algorithm loves, without going directly to asking for the sale. Doesn't mean you're not going to get the sale anyway, right? People buy from people. So the more they trust you, the more likely they are to buy from you. So giving them this type of advice is going to go a long way to getting people to trust you and wanting to buy from you. So some other options of things that you could say besides, hey, just buy it. You could do download a freebie. You could do direct message me for information. You could ask for feedback. Again, like, what's your favorite color? Whatever it might be. There's lots of different things you can do there. Send me a direct message if you're interested. I don't think I have it on my website right now, but I have a 59 prompts to create engagement, and I am happy to send that out to you guys. I'll get it, make sure that it's on my website, and I'll actually put it in the comments for this presentation if you guys are interested. So let's pull it all together. So I've got two different examples, one from a realtor and one from a life coach. So for the realtor, first, we start with stating the customer's problem. And I even do it just as a question, right? Should you pre-qualify for a mortgage? That's a great question, right? People ask that, I'm sure, of realtors all the time. So what's the challenge? The challenge is, should I pre-qualify for a mortgage? Second step, you're going to show empathy. And the realtor does it here by saying, this is a very common question for new home buyers, right? Phew, makes me not feel so alone. Third, give a couple tips on exactly how to solve that today or how to think about it. So next, the answer is yes. Getting pre-qualified allows you to blah, blah, blah. I don't know what they are because I'm not a mortgage person or a realtor, but you get the idea. And then your fourth part is invite people to engage. So in this case, I recently put together a webinar on the process to pre-qualify. It's easier than you think. Direct message me for the link, right? Very nice. Again, state the problem, show empathy, give a couple tips for how to solve it, and then invite to engage. Let's look at the same formula with a life coach. So first, state the problem. Are you feeling overwhelmed? Like there just aren't enough hours in the day? Who can relate to that one, right? Pretty much everybody. Show empathy. I hear this from my clients all the time. Studies show that 40% of people feel that they don't have enough time to do everything that they want to do, right? It's a great way to show empathy, right? One, you say you hear it all the time, and you're showing statistics that help to support your clients. Then give them some advice on how to solve it. So here are 5 tips for gaining an hour each day. Tip number 1, tip number 2, tip number 3. And I have a client, her name's Patty Franco. She's amazing. She has a really great how to gain an hour a day. It's super, super great. If you're interested in it, put a note in the comments or send me a direct message and I'll send you a link to it. And then fourth, you want to invite to engage. So here, in this case, they said, my time management journal is a great way to track these tips. There's a link in my bio. So one last time, we state the customer's problem, we show empathy, we give them a few tips on how to solve it, and then we invite them to engage further. I hope that this was really helpful for you. Very quick overview of how to simply write really irresistible content. If you are realizing that you still need a marketing strategy, you're not sure what your clients are struggling with, you're not sure who your clients are, what you should be offering them, where you should be posting, what you should be doing to drive new leads, I've got a great program for you. I mentioned it earlier, but it's called Marketing Made Simple, and it is a 90-day program. You start off with a VIP day with me where we spend all day together, sometimes 2 days, but usually one day where we spend all day together and we put together your entire marketing plan. Everything from who are you talking to? What are your key messages? What products should you be offering them? How should you package those products? All the way to here are the 2 or 3 things you should do every single day to drive new leads into your business. So it's a fantastic program. Once we do our VIP day, then we meet together, usually every other week for another 90 days, where we can talk through all of the specifics of, how do I do this? How do I do that? I hold your hand and walk with you every step of the way so that you can make marketing magic and bring new leads into your business. So if you're interested in joining that, please let me know. Send me a direct message, or you can head over to my website. It's dd.marketing, and there's information there. And there's also a QR code here if you're interested. And I hope, again, that this was helpful. Send me a direct message. Let me know what you think. Send me ideas for future content. If you're watching this live, I go live tomorrow as well, every Tuesday, with a live Q&A. If you have any questions that you'd like me to answer in that Q&A tomorrow, send them my way. And we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.